welcome to another match of Dota 2. We have got ourselves a game for StarLadder Star Series, day number 30. We will be seeing Empire taking on 4FC. And before we start, I will show you the scores. Now for 4FC, this match doesn't really mean anything, apart from, honor. And the thing is, for Empire, this game could be a pretty big deal. Now 4FC is a team that it's on paper is weaker than Empire, but if you look at the rankings, 4FC have been doing amazingly well in Star Series so far. You can see this is their last match. 4FC will be fighting hard, and Empire they actually need to win to still have a chance to go to Kiev. That's basically their things what's on the line, and we're gonna see if they're gonna be able to do that. Without a win, they will be dropped down almost regardless, depending on what Mousesports do with their last couple of games. But we can assume that that won't happen, I think, actually, because they have been very strong lately. So Empire, they need to win. We're gonna see if they can do that. 4FC is a team that has been known for pulling off a lot of upsets, and like you just saw, I mean, they haven't been doing bad in Star Series whatsoever. Gonna be seeing some bans coming out. We have the Wisp being banned out, as well as the Chen and the Nyx Assassin. No real surprises, but now 4FC have gone with the choice. Like, do they want to ban out the Cuddle or the Bat? Or do they want to ban out neither of those two and then let both still in the pool, so that they can pick up either of the two? So they could ban out something like the Darkseer or the Rubik, or something that they specifically fear from someone in Empire. Empire, who is once again playing with Vegas as a stand-in, by the way. We'll see. They're actually taking their time. They're taking into their bonus time. Quite well, you know, it's quite a big decision. Like, are you gonna be giving your opponent something? And they are. They don't want to be giving them the Bat Rider, though. That risk is just too big. The Cuddle will there before still be in the pool. Let's see if Empire wants to make use of that one. Yes, they do. No real surprise. Like I said, though, we still have the Magnus and the Darkseer and the Rubik and, you know, the Gyro combination, but lately we've seen 4FC actually picking up the Shadow Fiend fairly early, so they might try to do that again, just to make sure that they can have some setups with stuns and stuff. And I said it yesterday too, but I'm still hoping for it to happen at some point. The Kunkka for 4FC. I have been told that 4FC loves to play Kunkka. We haven't seen it yet, or at least not in the last couple of weeks. I believe they did pick it up at the start of the season still. But there's the Shadow Demon, and it's going to be the Queen of Pain for Nose that they're going to be picking up, as we have been seeing him playing that. I think we've seen him playing that for the last two matches that we saw. I think there were two 4FC matches yesterday, and they played Nose on the Queen of Pain both times. And we're going to see him again. He is a very strong player on that one, and Empire is going to have to deal with that. There's of course still a puck in the pool, something that Vigos is known to play, to love to play also, but they pick up the Darkseer and the Gyro combination, so they have got themselves an off lane, and a start off for an aggressive tri lane, I think, also. Since Keeper of Light and Gyro are nice and all that, but you kind of want to have something else with that. So something with a solid stun or a disable, like a Bane Gyrocopter, with an Illuminate flying over the top, as well as a Rocket Barrage, will be a very potent combination. But anything with a solid stun will do.
10 seconds.
And maybe even if you are gonna be supported by a very pro Leshrac or Lina, and then you could put up one of those two there. Well, we'll find out. I actually think that Empire might ban out the Lina or Leshrac, or even both, just to make sure they don't have to deal with that with the Shadow Demon combination. Of course, that's a very annoying thing to have. Lone Druid's going to be picked up by 4FC, so Krilly will get to play that one. It looks like Empire, they just want to ban out more jungle heroes. They already banned out the Chen in their first banning phase. I didn't really talk about that yet, but it's very unorthodox to see Chen ban out so early, unless you actually fear someone's Chen in specific. Like Aki's Chen or Puppy's Chen. 4FC, they have been playing jungle heroes a bit, but it's not really, you know, they haven't had a 100% win rate or something. And we do see the Bane being banned out, by the way, so that's something that 4FC were predicting from Empire. But Empire, they don't want to get pushed, at least not by those two heroes. We still have the Enigma in the pool, and we should 4FC want to jungle. There are still possibilities. As there always are. Wow, sorry for that. Let me drink some water to get that out of the way. There we go. It's a lifestealer that gets banned out. Interestingly enough, I mean, it's a lifestealer is a strong hero, of course. We've seen him a lot, but it doesn't really make a good combination together with the Shadow Demon on the lane, at least. It does make, of course, a brilliant combination with the blinking Queen of Pain, if you have an infest there to go for a Queen of Pain Nyx bomb. Rubik is a support that gets banned out still by 4FC, so that was one of the heroes that was still in the pool that could be a support for that solid disable. Last ban out incoming from Empire. Is it going to be one of those carries that 4FC... I mean, 4FC in theory doesn't really need a carry anymore, but what we are known from, or what we know from 4FC is that they like to run the Lone Druid on the off lane, the Queen of Pain mid, and then they still have space for a carry.
Remaining.
And what's going to be scary for Empire then is that 4FC has actually got 2 carries and a semi-carry, which is Queen of Pain. While Empire, they actually... they have only the Gyro so far. It's going to be Nature's Prophet that's going to be banned out by 4FC, and the Alchemist that 4FC played yesterday is going to be banned out by Empire. So Empire did their homework, making sure that that Alchemist is no longer going to be there. The Kunkka is still in the pool. I mean, I said it. I want to see it at least once. Thank you.
10 seconds remaining.
The Empire, but are they going to be picking up? Is it going to be still support, or are they going to be securing their mid lane? I mean, the Puck is still in the pool. As a lot of other different mid heroes, by the way. We've seen Windrunner up against the Queen of Pain. We still have the Beastmaster in the pool. Magnus is still in the pool. We know that Vigos likes to play that one as well. And it's going to be an Undying. So this is going to be spam, basically. Because Undying is going to be able to spam out his spells with Keeper of Light, Chakra, Magickim. The only thing that Empire is missing so far is stuns, though. Like, they've got this homing missile, great. They've got a mana leak, yeah, nice-ish. But normally Keeper of Lights don't really spec it up that high yet at the start of the game. And they've got a vacuum. That's so far it. So they need something from their last pickup that has got a lot of disable. So Windrunner wouldn't be bad because you do have that shackle. A Roar would be nice as well, but it's a long cooldown.
5
a Puck, I think it can still work, but it's not that big of a disable. So, and maybe even, I mean, I'm gonna say it, but I'm not expecting it. It will be maybe a solo mid Shadow Shaman. Make it happen, please, with a Blink Dagger very early on. Okay, that would be my wish, but I don't think that's gonna happen. But it's a lot of disable also. It's still gonna be a Kunkka for 4FC. So finally, my sources are correct. We have got 4FC playing that Kunkka together with the Shadow Demon, of course. They can still pick up a jungle hero in the last pick that they have. They can also pick up one of those supports like a Leshu or Lina that can go well together with the Shadow Demon. Even a Jig hero. And there is still the Puck, so that's going to be Vigos' Puck. But yeah, like I said, I mean, it can work. But disable is pretty big. Like, Queen of Pain is a hero that kind of needs disables. Otherwise she'll just blink herself all over the place. And of course the Dream Coil can shut her down, but she can blink herself out of there. She just takes a tick.
10 seconds remaining.
The silence is a bit of a disable for her, but we're gonna see how that's gonna work out for Empire. Now if we look at 4FC, I mean, their disable is not that big either. I mean, they've got a X mark the spot, which is not really a disable. Torrent though. If Torrent lands, it's gonna be a disable, and Torrent will land if there's a disruption, which is also disabled, but it's a different kind of disable, as you cannot attack the target while it is in the disruption. So that's kind of, I don't think that counts as that big of a disable. And of course the lucky entangling roots will be something that 4FC is going to be hoping for. Last pickup incoming for 4FC. Is it going to be a support? Is it going to be a jungle hero? Still have both possibilities in the pool. And they're only having couple of seconds left in their time, and this is already their bonus time, so this is all they have.
5 seconds remaining.
Come on. 1, 2, 1. Wow. That's not the one that I was aiming for. It is a quite nice hero to be having. Disruption is actually, the duration of disruption will make sure that the cold feet proc. Like if you disrupt right after the the hit on cold feet, he won't be able to get away afterwards because the thingy sticks on it, I believe. So that's quite nice. As I'm trying to switch overlays, but it's not happening. Oh, I hit the wrong hotkey. Well, then that's why, isn't it? Anyways, it is also the X marks the spot with the cold feet works out nicely, but it's not as reliable. I'm kind of curious to see how that's gonna be working out. Let's see who's playing what though. We're gonna have Curly playing his bear. No real surprise. Lone Druid is his hero of choice. We're gonna have Queen of Pain. Oh, for a second there, I thought she had an item, but that's her normal spear. Queen of Pain is going to be played by Nose. We'll be going to the mid lane. No real surprise there. Either Strangby on the Kunkka with Boomski on his Shadow Demon. And last but not least, is Eris Loco on the Age of Separation for 4FC. We jump ourselves over to the bottom lane where we have Scandal playing the Darkseer. So he is going to be going into that off lane as he has been doing since Vegas actually joined. Well, they didn't really join. He didn't join. He's still standing. But since Vegas has been standing in for Empire, Scandal has rotated to that offlane. So Vigos is going to be playing the puck with Goblak on the Undying, and it will be Silent on the Keeper of the Light, and Blow Your Brain is going to be playing the Gyrocopter. So that's going to be that, as I'm going to just check if there is a different HUD. Yes, there is! Boom! Look at that! Oh my god, now we are biased, because we are for the Radiant. Doesn't matter, doesn't matter. I like it. I like it a lot. So, let's see what we are gonna be having here. Like, if we're gonna have a puck versus Queen of Pain, should be very even matchup. It's gonna be relying mostly on skill, and for this particular matchup, I mean, in theory, nobody should die, but that doesn't mean that they won't try. And by trying to kill off the opponent, they might actually overextend and then die. That's the biggest risk that they have in the mid lane. You can't really lose it unless you lose it yourself, unless you make a mistake. So, that's that. We're gonna have the bear trying to take away all the creeps. Gonna be only able to do that once if he gets it off. Ooh, Rock Barrage. That's actually hurting quite a bit. Bear eats a tango. Bear, run! Run, bear! Where are you gonna go? Where are you gonna go, bear? We gotta pause. Oh my god, this bear is so sad. Oh, look at this though. I love what Silent is doing. He picked up the own creep wave, making sure it skips the tower, and he is gonna try to bring them together right about here. That would be amazing. If they get the lane... Well, it would be amazing for them. I mean, it would be kind of sad for Curly, because he won't be getting anything. But it would be kind of nice, indeed. Talking about the bottom lane in general, though, Curly is not going to be able to do that much. He is just going to be relying on his bear pulling the creep wave back, hoping that at some point the creep wave will be near his tower, and then... only then we'll be able to get some solid experience. And I'm not even talking about farm. In the meantime, on the top lane, it's gonna be the same basically. 4FC is gonna be having a fun time, or at least, well, fun time. They're gonna be having free farm, and that's also due to Scandal just gonna try to farm in the jungle instead, because he is not really gonna be able to do anything on the top lane, and he knows that. So he is just gonna be in the jungle and taking care of the small camp. And Bear is gonna go down by the looks of it. He's gonna actually pick up another creep wave. There goes Bear, but this is not that bad because he got himself a double creep wave. And that might actually be working out in his favor. I mean, he will be able to resummon a new Bear in 40 seconds. And we're seeing how... Yeah, Silent is gonna do the same thing again. Screw that tower. With the block coming off from Ray. No block. And they're just denying... Oh, this is interesting. This is interesting. Well, the range creeps are gone, but this is experience that is gonna be taken by this guy right here. He's gonna be very happy that that creep wave is gonna be coming towards his tower, because that means he gets some experience if he's fast enough. And he's just running, thinking, "Oh my god, there's creeps! Oh my god, there's creeps!" So this is good for him, even though he lost his bear. This is a worthy cause. Though of course, 100 gold going the way of Blow Your Brain already that early. It's not that that nice. For 4FC is nice for Blow Your Brain, of course. But yeah, there's two lines where people are actually meeting each other. In terms of where the first blood's gonna happen, I think Curly is gonna be playing it very safe. I mean, he is very familiar with this role. He has been playing the Lone Druid on the offlane for a very long time, and I think he's gonna be safe, and he is gonna be playing it safe, knowing that Empire has got that killing potential with just a lot of bursts that they have, with the Rock Barrage and the Illuminate and the Decays and stuff, and the Tombstone to slow him down. But I think the mid lane is actually gonna be the one that we're gonna see first, but also because we have got Boomski and Ares Loco coming around. Oh, and there's gonna be Haste Rune. Picks up by Boomski. And we're looking for some harassment. That's it though. And he orbs himself to the low ground. That's why they didn't use any spells. They knew he can still escape. Just forcing out that mana. I mean, it is quite expensive spell to use, 150 mana. And he did pick up his null talisman, so he will be able to, you know, he gets a bit of extra mana pool and he will be able to regen a bit faster. But it is definitely not something that that you should take lightly. Only orbing away. And luckily for him, of course, his phase shift doesn't cost any mana, as we have got Boomski coming in, able to take a last hit away from. Oh no, that actually didn't work. He still got the last hit. Never mind. He tried to deny. Didn't work. He's going back top. I was gonna say, like, that was a direct hit, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. Okay. It looks like Goldblack and Silent are just gonna be trying to farm in the jungle, knowing that they can't get anything extra on the bottom lane. As in, they don't want to be taking experience away from that, from Blow Your Vein, and that's why they don't sit on the lane. So they're just gonna try to farm that jungle up, just like the Darkseer is doing. He is stacking and pulling and stacking and pulling. And, well, not really pulling, but, you know, killing, basically. Or maybe at some point we're gonna see Scandal rotate towards that top lane. Seeing if he can do something here. If it will probably only happen when 4FC is gonna go for a push, and knowing them, they're probably not gonna go for a push for a while. Because they don't really need to. They are very happy with the way things are going. If we look at this late game, we've got a Kunkka as well as a Lone Druid with carry potential, and also a semi-carry from the Queen of Pain. If we look at Empire, we've got, of course, the Gyrocopter, which is a pretty big carry, to be fair. I mean, should not be underestimated, but it's still going to be 2 versus 1. The rest of Empire is just going to be semi-carries, and yeah, with Puck's presence, he's not really a carry, but he can definitely be a semi-carry, I think, in those fights, especially because of his skill set, of course. We are going to have the push, however. It's going to still happen, and it does force Scandal back towards that top lane, so let's see if Scandal can get some experience here. Can send through some Iron Shells just to delay the push a bit. Fortification actually going out.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And Boomski is just going to be waiting for the next creep wave so that he can try to deny some, perhaps. But the tower will still drop. And they know now Iron Shell is here. I'm just gonna see if Scandal's gonna try to deny. No, he's not. Tower drops. Boomski picking up the last hit for the tower. So gets himself some extra gold. It's gonna be boots for the support Shadow Demon, which is also always great to have, of course. Early boots. In the meantime, Lone Druid is still taking down Ancients. Not really stacking them, he's just taking them down. And he can do that with the bear as a tank. He has to be careful though. He can resummon his bear, and he'll probably need to. And he can't really, like, it's easy to resummon your bear, but it's also risky because that means you don't have 2 bears should the opponent go in on you. You kind of want to have 2 bears, and then he's actually just gonna send him back to regen while he tries to take some experience here on this bottom lane. And he is actually doing this entirely blind. Darkseer, why are you so low HP? Thank you. But yeah, Krilly is doing this entirely blind. There is no wards anywhere on the right side of the map, basically. The only dire ward they have is this one, which is about to disappear. It is still going to be scouting out the haste rune. It's going to get denied. Boomski didn't want it. Didn't think he could be there in time for the puck. Didn't want to come in close also, because that waning rift is, I don't know, it's just a bit of a risk that you take, and he didn't want to take it, so all fine in that sense. We're gonna have Nose 23 for 6. Let's see what Vigos is up with. Whoa, where are you going, Vigos? Oh, it's gonna be bottle crowing. 30 for 9 for Vigos, so he is actually pulling up ahead. If we compare it to the 2 long laners though, like the 2 long laners is of course the Gyro and the or safe laners I should say, the Gyro and the Kunkka. We see them at only 1 last hits difference. One is at 42, the other one is 41, so very even. Which is interesting because normally last hitting when you are pushing is a whole different ball game than last hitting when you are just safe farming, which is something that I see he just missed 2 because he was pushing, but yeah, it's different, and he just missed 2 and still is about on par as the Gyrocopter is there. So we're gonna see more TPs incoming. The supports have now rotated, or at least Silent has. They actually place a sentry ward. Just to see if someone's there.
Stay near.
Dream Coil up on Strangby. Here comes a Torrent trying to help out, but it doesn't hit anything. Boat coming in. It's gonna be Kunkka. He cannot escape, or can he? His team is here. There is still a disruption if they want to. They cannot turn it around for now. Puck able to get himself away with the surge. No first blood on the board just yet. And Strangby gets the sell from a teammate. Nose coming in to help out. Should it be needed, which is wasn't needed. And Puck, Nose actually not skilling up his Shadow Strike is purely the result of him being up against a Puck, because Puck can of course dodge that Shadow Strike. It has a pretty, well, it's not really long, but it's still long enough to dodge it with a phase shift, the travel time that it's in the air for. So nice to see him adjusting like that, level 2 in Blink instead. And also picked up his Sonic Wave, so might try to go for something fairly soon. He could of course still pick up the supports if he finds them. But right now, if he wants to find something, well, he has to find it blind because, oh, there is actually just a new ward being placed. Well, that helps. Boomski doing the works. In the meantime, currently, we can compare him to the Darkseer. I'm actually going to pop out the net worth for that one, because net worth is a bit more important than last hits for the two offlaners, considering that the Darkseer also got a lot of experience in that jungle, a lot of gold last hit, that is. We do see the Lone Druid on 2.5k, 2.4k. With the Darkseer on 1.9, so Darkseer is slightly behind. And really not doing too bad. Level-wise, he's level 6, and Darkseer is at level 7, so Scandal's still getting slightly ahead there, as he's taking a lot of damage from that Wild Wing. But he's gonna be just fine for now. Should be. Yeah, and surge himself back to base. He has used, of course, a lot of regen. That's also a nice stack. Nice stack. I'm gonna be keeping it on net worth, considering oh, they knew it was there. If there was a Keeper of Light around here. Oh, hello, Keeper of the Light. I know what you want to do. I know what you want to do. He wants to blast away that Clip Wave. And Puck wants it too. Torrent and a Scream. That's all that it needed. And of course, one Tidebring a hit. Two Tidebring a hit. It's gonna be Strangby taking a lot of damage. Illuminate gonna be charging up. We'll be able to kill off Strangby if he's not careful! Boom!
Surely there was blood before that one. I can't quite remember.
Well, that was Kunkka going down and was first blood going to silence. So nice timing there. They didn't have any vision anymore. It got removed, got counter-warded. But still very nice. And does this scout them out? I think it does. Yeah, it does. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Just not just. Nice. But that's gonna be that's gonna be quite an interesting first blood. With Kunkka going down. Of course he did get all the gold before he died. He didn't buy anything from it, I would imagine. Which is quite sad. We'll see how we can do with that. We still see the net worth highest up for the gyrocopter, and this is something that you have to take note of, because it's also going to be higher gold for the gyrocopter without that tower. As in, there's a tower down on the side of Empire, but there's no tower down on the side of 4FC, and still Gyro is ahead here. Level 9, Hand of Midas is going to help him pull up ahead even further. And he's gonna go for BKB as a first item. Picked himself up the first Ogre Club. In the meantime, Eras Loco is gonna help out the bear. Gonna be looking for that level 6. We still haven't seen much rotation from Nose and Vegas. I mean, they're sitting quite careful. Oh, they're gonna go in. Never mind. There comes the Waning Rift. The sun is already there. The Blink is gonna be in time as well. And the Haste Rune is still on the bottle of Queen of Pain, so they weren't able to force that one out of her. In the meantime, on the bottom lane, this could be a potential gank position for these two, and we do have more TPs incoming. A Goblack on Lawyer Brain, and they're gonna come in from behind. It is nighttime, of course. I didn't see it, apart from the ward that is right there. And now they see Blow Your Brain running around. And there's Loco pretending that he didn't see him. Maybe they realized they backed off a bit, because they did back off a bit when they saw them. And they're not even gonna overextend this. Wise choice, of course. Otherwise, they might have been going down. A bear scouts out the Goblack, but I'm just gonna chase him around a bit. And it seems to be it's a bit of the battle of the farm. I mean, both teams are okay with having this laning phase just being extended, basically. They're okay with just, you know, farming, which is surprising because, as I said, 4FC, they've got a bit of the upper hand, I'd say, later game. I think we're gonna wait until Entangle. Flacken is still doing a lot of damage actually though. And Curly has to back off. Counter ward being placed, realizing that was there with the previous initiation. But yeah, it is both teams that are okay with the laning phase to be lasting a bit longer. And I think Empire is still going to be the one to make the first move, especially considering the way things are going right now. They are ahead with that gyrocopter, and he will be the first one to be ready to fight. Maybe when this BKB is done, he'll be trying to look for some fights. Now we don't have a team here that has one of those, you know, you don't have an RP or a Black Hole or Ravage or something like that, or a Brewmaster split. So they don't have that massive team fight potential. But they both have quite a bit of team fight potential. Okay, look on one side, you have Empire with the vacuum into the Sonic Wave, into the Dream Coil, into the Gyrocopter's cooldown, the decays. I mean, there's a lot of AoE spells, and Illuminate not even counted yet. And so Empire definitely has that. And I'm kind of waiting for them to start 5-manning and trying to force that out, even though there's no real group disable, like, you know, like one of those spells that or heroes that I mentioned earlier. At the same time, 4FC, their team fight is definitely not lacking either, but their team fight depends a great deal also on a bit of luck. Luck from this guy, because if he, mostly later on of course, when he gets a crit with that Tidebringer, when there is a boat incoming as well, I mean, he will be able to do so much damage. And by the way, one thing that I haven't even mentioned yet, something that was mentioned to me a while back, and it's something that I hope that we're gonna see Boomski try, is getting a soul catcher up on a range creep, or up on a creep, right? And then when Kunkka hits with his Tidebringer, I mean, it will do so much damage to that creep. It will do extra damage therefore to the rest of it, like to his cone that he hits with that also. So I'm kind of hoping that they will try to do that. And always try to hit the squishiest targets with the Kunkka.
Dire's middle tower.
But yeah, it requires you to purposely get a soul catcher on a creep. So we're gonna see if Boomski is gonna try to do that. Rock Barrage is gonna force out the bear a bit on the bottom lane. So we still just have Blow Your Brain just farming. Almost got the recipe for the BKB. Has got his Minthra Hammer right now. No recipe just yet. Well, 4FC is trying to pressure a bit more on the top lane. It's quite surprising that they are actually the one to pressure. I mean, they've got this tri-lane, right, has got a lot of potential with the disruption and the torrent and everything, but there's no really a target to try it on. In the meantime, the Ancients are getting stacked by Empire also, just to make sure that Blow Your Brain will have some extra farm the moment that he decides to leave the bottom lane. But yeah. We'll see in both teams. I mean, the only kill that has happened is that Illuminate kill on the Kunkka. And Blink Dagger now up on the puck, no real surprise, as it's one of his core items. BKB being built up by the Queen of Pain as well, so she realized the potential that Empire has, and when Empire starts pushing, she wants to be ready for it. She wants to have that BKB. Curly, in the meantime, he's not farming that fast. Looks to be going for an armlet, as we have been seeing Lone Druids do for the past weeks, I'd say. In the meantime, Kunkka having a Shadow Blade ready. He's actually gonna be TPing. Oh, he's gonna be TPing to base. Ah, lame. Lame Zors. Nah. Gonna be having the Ancient Separation, boots for him, boots for Boomski also. Let's see if we can find some new items up on Empire. No real new items up on Silent, of course. We've got Goblak sitting on just boots. He's also supporting, and we of course got still Blow Your Brain farming towards his BKB, and he also had the Hand of Midas already. And the last one would be Scandal, and he is gonna go for the mechanism for his team. Something that's gonna be fairly important if they're gonna be trying to take those team fights at some point. It's also gonna be important for 4FC to have those. As we have a smoke up here from 3 heroes, they place a ward. They're gonna try to gank up on Blow Your Brain, knowing that he needs to be shut down. Let's see if the disruption is in time. There it is, a disruption. Soul Catcher is gonna hit as well. Bear is already standing by. Boat coming in. Wow, that was just a burst down. With Boomski actually getting the last hit, and Empire Goblak not able to do anything, but here comes Vigos, gets himself a kill. Sonic Wave, so hits him in, and he will be going down. No, who's picking up the kill. In the meantime, it is gonna be Mechanism indeed incoming, trying to help out. Illuminate will fly over the top. It is Ares Loco and Krilly that are trying to get away. Cooldown coming down as well. Krilly will take a fall. Ares Loco on the run. Rocket Barrage will help out, killing him off, and that is indeed a double kill for Bloody Rain. He was the first one to go down this encounter, and he'll make sure that he has the last word in this one as well. And what are you doing here, String Me? There's a sentry ward. Oh God. If I stand really still, they won't see me. Sentry ward right next to the sentry ward. This is dangerous. If he sees it, yeah, now he sees him counter-warding it, so he knows that this Shadow Blade is not going to be offering him any help anymore. He's just going to wait until his team is there, and maybe he want, yeah, Age Separation ulti is going to fly in. Did they see him? I think they saw him. It is daytime. They must have seen him. Oh my god, they don't see him. Oh my god, they don't see him. Even place a sentry ward. Oh my god, they don't see him. What the? String B! What's that secret strat that you're pulling right there? How can he stand there? Someone walked right here and he didn't see him.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And now it's nighttime. Now he has the luck. Now he can go in. Gets the torrent off. Hits it on Blow Your Brain. Now it's gonna land a boat also. Gonna fly in. Gonna do a lot of damage to Silent. But Blow Your Brain is safe. In the meantime, Kunkka, he's gonna try to get away, but he won't be able to do so. He indeed still goes down. Goblik able to pick up the kill. Age Separation gonna fly in. Ulti. Not gonna hit anything. It's gonna be only Kunkka so far that goes down. Now also the Shadow Demon Scandal doing that one. Ares Loco going down on the side. That is already 3 down on the side of 4FC. With Krilly limping himself back to base, but Vigos actually wanting to dive that, blinks himself away the moment he realizes knows what's there to protect his teammate. It was so lucky for that Kunkka to actually survive that and actually be able to stand here while there were 5 heroes. 5 heroes for Empire on that bottom lane. And then they kind of blow the fight like that. I mean, it was really a fight that they shouldn't have tried to take at that time. I mean, the damage was all there from Empire. They were prepared for it. They were ready to take a team fight. I mean, yeah, they probably weren't expecting Kunkka to come in from behind. Fair enough. But it's still, yeah, it's still not really all that ideal. And Vigos getting 1k gold in his inventory. No, still not buying anything else. He probably wants to wait until he has the full BKB that he can buy. We have Silent gonna build towards a 4-staff. And you just saw how important that mechanism was that that Scandal just finished. And something that again, I'm gonna say it again, I just said it before as well, but who on 4FC is gonna be building the mechanism for their team? Because it's not gonna be Ares Loco. He's not getting anything. Might be able to though. It's not gonna it's gonna be very slow. The same thing goes for the Shadow Demon, maybe even more so for him. As in, it's gonna go slower for him. I mean, Age Separation can try to get some farm and some involvement, more involvement with fights with his Ice Blast, but it's gonna be really tough because it's not gonna be Kunkka. Kunkka is music. Yeah, that's a bug in Dota that the music all of a sudden goes louder, but it will go soon down again in a moment. But it's not gonna be the Kunkka that's gonna be building the mechanism. Music gone. Tier 1 tower, second one in the game for 4FC to go down. Looks like it. Nose cannot really defend this. He can't even try to get a deny in. No one there is a haste run on that puck with a Dream Call and a Silence waiting. He doesn't want to die. I don't blame him. So that's gonna be 2 towers down on the side of 4FC and still only the 1 tower on the side of Empire that is dropped. More TPs are gonna come in. They want to try to defend this. Strangby is gonna be here as well. Let's see if he's gonna get lucky with a couple of his hits. Tier 2 tower getting some harassment. Look at the positioning from Empire, all spread out. The torrent is not gonna catch more than 1, maybe 2 heroes. Same thing goes for a boat. Disruption. TP incoming from the bear. Torrent up on Scandal. Sonic Wave going through. Scandal already going down. But the Dream Call and Boomski going down. Ares Loco as well. Cooldown coming down. Krilly already on the way out. And Tangle still on Blow Your Brain. But the mechanism helping out and his BKB definitely helping out as well. Age Separation ulti is gonna fly. Not hit anything. And that was a buyback from Ares Loco though. 2 supports going down for 1 Dark Tier, but the most important thing is that the tower went down as well. So Empire getting most of the kills, getting the tower, getting the fight going their way and only losing a Darkseer for it. Definitely not a bad score for them, as Darkseer is also the one to be going for the pipe for his team, as almost got that one, or almost got the hood I should say. And with that fight, still Nose is able to pick up his BKB. Maybe that's going to be marking a change, but it's not just Nose that needs more, it's the bear as well. And the bear, the bear has been able to attack, that's fine. The Master has been dying. And that's going to be something that he can't really afford to do. He needs to be, either he needs to be farming or he needs to be in fights that are successful. And same thing goes for the Kunkka, they need more time. The question is Empire going to give them more time, or are they just gonna be continuing keeping her on the pressure, because the last 2 towers that have went down, or the last 3 right now, they have just been rotating from lane to lane. Oh, Goblak, what are you doing here? Cold Feet puts up a tombstone, but who knows that he is gonna be going down probably. There we go. Killing spree for Nose. Knows that he was gonna go down. I know, pun intended. Pun intended. And the, yeah, tombstone giving some extra gold to Krilly. Lanes are gonna get pushed out continuously by Silent, of course, who finished off his 4-staff. Has to be careful though. Demonic Purge actually helping out, but there's the 4-staff forward. Dodges the stream with that, and it's gonna be a blink from the puck away as well. There still could be an entangle. He actually calls a teammate towards him, and oh, because of that entangle actually saved his life. Because otherwise he would be hit by the Age Deprivation. Actually, no, it's still hit with the flyover effect. It still hit Age Deprivation, getting the kill for that one. The Shatter was there. He calls in Scandal, by the way, so Scandal is also now in the mid lane. Maybe they're gonna try to do something here, but the blink away from Puck is there again. They don't want to be risking to go in without their full lineup, without their blow your brain, without their gyrocopter. They kind of need him, and he has picked up his Demon's Edge. I'm kind of thinking he's gonna go for Daedalus, but we won't know for sure until he actually has that, knowing gyrocopters also love rapiers. I mean, who knows? Right? Gonna be having 1500 gold up on Nose after picking up the BKB. I'm kind of curious to see what he's gonna go for next, if he wants to stay for buyback, because right now, I mean, normally around the 24-minute mark, saving for buyback is not all that high priority, but basically Nose right now is the only one who is really that mid-game hero that can actually defend his team from the pushes that come in from Empire. So if he dies, they lose so much, and he kind of can't afford that. Curly, 2100 gold in his inventory. Let's see what he's gonna go for. It's gonna be a basher, perhaps. Perhaps. Vigos actually picked up a gem of True Sight. It's gonna be map control. Map control has been a big part of this game already. I mean, we see wards and counter wards going off constantly, everywhere. And also, of course, the gem is important to counter Strangby with the Shadow Blade, to see that he can actually, when he's running in, who now actually picked up a Crystallis and still has 1900 gold, so he's doing okay for himself. But if Vigos goes down now, that's gonna be a pretty sore Vigos, with the gem no longer on his in his inventory. And of course he only has it for a short while, so it will be on cooldown as well should he lose it. We have got Empire, like I said, keeping on the pressure, and they're gonna be forcing the tier 2 tower. Let's see if F4FC is actually gonna try to contest this. Of course Kunkka is still there. He can try to harass the creep wave away, but Nose is actually not there. He is farming in the mid lane, or pushing the lane back, I should say. And it's Puck that's still standing around, just waiting at the back foot, waiting for someone to come and push out, perhaps. It is Scandal that is very far away from that. Bear actually standing right next to Vigos, but he doesn't know. They can't see each other with those trees being there. And it's going to be the Bear trying to guide the creep wave off. X marked the spot on Strangby himself. That's just a safety measure. We see that sometimes from Kunkkas, just to put X mark the spot up on themselves, run in, like be all ballsy and stuff, clean out the creep wave, and then, you know, getting ported back into safety by his own spell. And in the meantime, the split push comes out from 4FC, realizing, you know what, if you're going to be sieging our tier 2 on the bottom lane, and we are going to be taking your tier 1 middle. They don't take it. It's not in deny range yet either. Home Missile is going to hit on Curly. The Bear is going to take the DD rune. Not anymore, or is it? Yeah, he is. No, he is not. Yes, he is. Okay. Confusing. And the Home Missile is just going to harass Curly, nothing more, because nobody is going to be following that up. And Empire not really completing their siege, and therefore losing a lot of time that they could have been farming. And Nose actually, he has not been on the counter end of the siege. He's been farming constantly, so he's been getting the gold on the lane. He's been getting the experience on the lane. If you take a look at the graphs, though, it is Empire that is in favor of this game so far. About 7k gold in their favor, with the experience graph sitting around 6k, 6.8k or 7k experience. But look at the difference in net worth. Like, Okay, this is the gold difference, about 7k. Most of that difference though is on the gyrocopter. There's 3k gold difference between the highest on Empire and the highest of 4FC. That's a big difference. And it looks like they're gonna be trading tier 1s here. Blinding Light's gonna try to do what it can, but tower will still drop. Might even get denied here. Oh no, like never mind. Bear gets the last hit. And the tier 1 top is still gonna go down as well. And it's gonna be a split gold for that one as the Radiant gets the last hit. In the meantime, on the bottom lane, Strangby is also creating some pushes, and he is gonna go for the Deadless still. Let's see, and it's actually an MKB for the gyrocopter, so already anticipating a possible evasion on 4FC. And better yet, I mean, if you're gonna be going for sieging, one thing that is very important that you can do is make sure that you can guaranteed hit up the high ground, and with that MKB you don't have misses anymore then, so that's all fine, and that's very useful for sieging. So we might see them trying to keep on the pressure. I mean, they had the pressure on the bottom lane, then they got pressured back, and all of a sudden they backed off. Question is what they're going to be planning to do now, as Vigos is actually rotating bottom. There is a Krilly standing around. The Bear is also standing around though. What's the Bear going to do? He actually finished up his Basher as expected, and he is TPing towards the tier 2. Is going to be safe there again, because there's going to be 5 heroes here again from Empire. And again, Nose is not there. He does have a TP scroll. He actually picked himself up the ultimate orb, so going for that sheepstick, and now he TP's back. He wants to help defend his team. He wants to help defend the tier 2 tower. I'm not sure if they can actually defend the tier 2, as he drops fairly fast. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Oh, nice attempt to deny, but didn't happen. The gyro is faster than the Bear. And that's actually all Empire wanted. They rotate. This is what they wanted, and they got it. And now it's the case of either taking Roshan or taking the last tier 2 tower. And it looks like Roshan is on the menu first. And I don't think that 4FC can really contest this. Like I said, all they need is time, but they need to be given time. And actually taking down Roshan might actually be the time that they need. Looks like they are gonna be laying down some kind of pressure, though, at least letting Empire know that they are here and they are ready to potentially fight. And they do force Empire out of that Roche pit though, so that is okay, but Empire not really threatened enough to continue that. There is of course a ward standing around there, and that's not being scouted out by Empire just yet, even though they do have that gem. And there they are again, and they realize this. There is a ward there, so they see the movements coming off, and they actually want to go in for this. Rock Barrage on the Bear. Bear's gonna get an entangle up on the gyro. Pops his BKB. Flak Cannon still doing a lot of damage. Gonna get bashed. Tombstone still alive, but it's gonna be so far back that 4FC really doesn't have any issues with it. And it's gonna be Puck that managed to pick himself up the Aged Deprivation. He buys back though. He was totally out of position. If Puck was able to pick him up there, and he actually finished up his side of the Vice with that kill. Pretty big deal actually. Shutting down that Queen of Pain. As I said, Queen of Pain is one of the only heroes right now that can really fight back for a team. And if you shut her down, well, that's gonna be painful. And as I said also during the draft, I mean, there's really no real solid shutdown, or at least not that much coming off from Empire. Demonic Purge up on Goblak, he's in trouble, pops the Goblin form, blink forward from Nose. Well, to go for the Undying, he gets turned into a pickle though and gets silenced up. He is in some trouble, he's gonna pop his BKB. In the meantime, Age Separation, ulti and Cole coming out. Nice Dream Call up on 3, and Krilly, he will drop Strangby. You're getting stunned up. He's gonna try to walk himself away with the Shadow Blade. It is gonna be a Gyrocopter that still goes down to Nose though, and he buys back. Nose blinks himself out. And it's gonna be, jeez, he is so low. And he TPs himself back. And that must have been the boat effect helping out there also for the Kunkka, of course, as he did use that one. But buybacks for everybody. Buyback for the Gyro, Age Deprivation, of course, that's what it all started with. And buyback for Boomski as well. And it looks like we're gonna see Empire maybe still trying to go for Roshan. But this fight, it was fairly even, I should say, I think. Yeah, it definitely was. I mean, 2 supports going down is not that big of a deal, but Gyrocopter going down is a pretty big deal on the side of Empire. And he did buy back. It cost him quite a bit of money. We're gonna be seeing if that fight was enough for either team to get the Roshan or just defend it, because They are trying to defend it. Orb will fly through, so they realize this is going on, and they're actually going to try to land a torrent. Going to hit on Scandal and on Vigos. Pop the mechanism, surge out from there. And that was enough to stop that push from happening. And here comes another orb. Just to checking things out, and we do have both teams again, just waiting around. And imagine how different this game would be if there was something like a RP or a Ravage or a Black Hole in this game, because that would have been able, that would have been one of those abilities that can turn those fights around.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And how annoying must it be to have illusions with Gem of True Sight pick off your wards, right? On the bright side, I guess Boomski can make an illusion of the illusions, or just an illusion to get the Gem of True Sight up on for himself. Decay, Tombstone, just gonna delay them from trying to go for Roshan. But the Tombstone already dead. Bash up on the Undying. Nobody is gonna be jumping in just yet though. Or are they? Roshan is gonna be jumping down any minute. Torrent is gonna miss. It's gonna be a silent up a strength. Be nice. Dream Call knows. He blinks himself in though. Wants to try and snatch it. It is the Dire that gets the Aegis. But it is gonna be the Gyro that picks up the so the Dire gets a Roshan and the Gyro gets the Aegis. Nose just blows up the Aegis at least, so that is something they get back from now on. It is gonna be 3 dead on the side of 4FC and 2 on the run with yeah, Shadow Demon already TPing out and still the Lone Druid on his way back, but that is still is not a bad fight for Empire for sure. They only lose the Aegis and they get themselves 3 kills on that. They do not get the gold for the Roshan though, and they're gonna be seeing if they can push into the base with the well, with the Queen of Pain and the Kunkka dead. Basically, they're two big losses for 4FC. And Kunkka maybe a bit too greedy with going for that Deadless rather than going for BKB. As BKB could just totally help him out in those fights. It would have actually helped him kept alive. Vibe goes up and that's gonna be tier 3 dead. This might be even a Roshan going down, or sorry, a Barracks. It looks like the Barracks will indeed drop. They don't care about Krilly standing around. Their Flak Cannon will force them away. And that is the ranged Rax only left standing in the mid lane. With the melee going down. Tombstone's gonna be taken out real fast again, but that doesn't matter. They got what they came for. Oh, nice X mark the spot. Torrent's gonna hit as well, but no. Phase shift. Entangle's still there though. The Mechanism trying to help out. It's gonna be Cold Feet proc soon. There is gonna be another phase shift soon again as well. Nose is gonna be trying to chase it down. The Scream misses. Vacuum up the high ground. And now for Nose, that's not that big of a problem. Bear is gonna get someone back as well, but yeah, it's gonna be totally disrupting the chase. Of course, that's what's going on.
Middle barracks are under attack.
And there's gonna be Empire creeping up further ahead, going towards the 12k gold in favor for them, with the experience graph going towards the 10k. Now I will say it again. If time goes on, Nose or 4FC in general will get stronger, because I mean that Kunkka as well as the Lone Druid, they will continue to get farm. As Lone Druid, he has finished himself up the well, actually he doesn't finish himself up anything less since last time. He picked himself up a plate meal only. And his net worth? Well, it's not too bad, but look at the difference with the Gyro. It's just insane. Gyro has got, of course, 4.4k gold in his inventory. Is it gonna be a Helm of the Dominator that he wants next, or does he want something else instead? In the meantime, smoke up for 4FC, going towards the bottom lane. Might be trying to pick up Silence. Not really the target that you might want when you're going for a smoke gank, though. But if you can take a tower in return for whatever hero you take down, that's gonna be worth it regardless. No matter who that is. And we're gonna be seeing them wasting their smoke, basically. Nobody here of Empire. We see that on the minimap, of course, but they don't. It's gonna be a Sanj picked up by the Keeper of Light. A Heaven's Halberd is a great tool against the Kunkka, so that's gonna be the one that he is gonna be trying to go for. It's gonna be Blur Your Brain picking up the Reaver. Could still be going for a Satanic rather than a Heart. I think it's gonna be just that, but we'll find out. Actually, we'll find out. No, not just yet. Push goes down. That was the last tier 2 tower standing on the side of 4FC, and they're just gonna be going for the tier 3 and force out the TPs, because trading it for tier 2 is not worth it, people. TP Eres Loco, you have a TP score, but he really wants to have that tower. He is needed though. He can send through his ulti, that's it. Pipe goes up for Empire. Tower already being picked off, and that's gonna be tower going down. Blow Your Brain, gonna be Demonic Purge. Need an entangle, finds it, but gets forced off forward. Now you need to dive very far into enemy lines if you want to still try to get that kill, and that won't be happening for now. Blinding Light trying to help out. Bear probably you're gonna be resummoned back soon as well. Unless they can get an entangle again. He's gonna be silent. Now Surge in for a Scandal. Vacuum into Darkseer Wall. Illuminate flying through. Puck here coming in as well. Wants to take down Boomski. Disruption is gonna be only delaying his execution though. He will be going down. And that will be, or he should be going down. 35 HP. He's staying alive. Darkseer goes down. Gyrocopter. He is no longer here. It's still gonna be Shadow Demon that goes down. But Puck gave his life for that one. It is gonna be a triple kill for Queen of Pain, though. Triple kill for Nose as he picked up Goblak. And then Blow Your Brain. He finished his Satanic and he TP'd out of that encounter knowing that, you know what, I'm not going to be going there anymore. It's too risky. They did pick up the tier 3, which is basically already a victory on itself. Got themselves a kill or two, but lost more heroes than they probably would have wanted it to. But it's not too bad for them. They also got the range tracks in the meantime. I mean, that's something that will happen if the lane is getting pushed out by the melee creeps that are bigger. And there is a fight going on in the top lane. Nobody of 4FC is going to think, oh, you know what? I'll leave this fight and I'll just go push back the middle lane. No, that's not going to happen. And that's going to be in 4FC taking a bit of a blast, I would say. Taking a bit of a hit. Taking a bit of a hit. The range barracks going down. Range creep push quite hard. So if you gotta, like with the range barracks still standing, you actually had a chance to maybe create yourself an army of range creeps as the push continues, and then might be able to push up the lane by itself. But it's not gonna happen for now. No, they're being forced to not leave their base for a very long period of time. So that means that if they're gonna go for a smoke like this or something, which is by the way only of 2 heroes. But if they are going for a smoke, then they will, like, they can't go out for too long because their lane will be pushed out. Blow Your Brain is just gonna walk up the high ground, no problem for him. 4FC, they see them coming though. They have got that ward just placed. A fresh ward, and they're gonna be forced back because they don't know where the heroes are right now. There's just a ping on the minimap shouting, okay, you know what? They're there. They're taking our ancients, but they cannot defend. 4FC cannot fight, cannot defend. Sheepstick up on Nose. Heaven's Halberd almost complete for the Keeper of the Light. See if we can find some new items. We have got 2700 gold up on Vigos again. With Silence, we already saw that. Going for that Heaven's Halberd. Strangby is now finally going for the BKB. I kind of think he should have gone for Crystallis and then for the BKB, not first finish off the Daedalus. Maybe he would have been able to stand in fights longer than he has been, because he's not been able to do that much. I mean, of course he is Kunkka, and they can definitely still take this game if he gets a couple of luck crits, and you know, he can clean out waves entirely. But yeah, he needs to be BKB to stay alive. There's just too much, not even disable, but there's just too much kiting around and still control. Even though it's not disabled, it's still control with the silence up and stuff like that. We have Empire gathering up, smoking up, gonna go for blink in, hacks up on Nose. Nose is gonna be disrupted for his own safety. There goes the Darkseer Wall. Cooldown coming down. It is gonna be Strangby, who's already so low alive. He cannot do anything. BKB on for Blow Your Brain as he's just bashing on everybody that he sees. There's not that many that he sees though. He sees the bear. Bear is gonna be trying to run himself away. He is fairly tanky though, and he is gonna be able to get resummoned. Strangby. Yeah, he's gonna be fine. And the bear still indeed has a resummon. So that's gonna be Empire, not able to breach the tier 3 that wasn't there anymore, but you know what I mean. Not able to breach that fight. If they would have been able to get a kill or two there, that would have been able to turn around. But there were actually, there were no kills. There were no kills in that fight. Well, a lot of was used. Yeah, quite a lot was used actually. In the meantime, the Gem of Truth setup is on Krilly. As we saw, of course, Vigos, he died. But he got himself a new gem regardless. And he's got 3,300 gold again as well. And Goldgraf going towards the 15k in favor of Empire. I mean, it's a lot. Don't get me wrong. It's definitely a lot. And Empire, they are doing really well. The thing is, though, that most of the gold difference is on Blow Your Brain. So if 4FC gets a shutdown up on him, which is, like I said, is not easy, for sure, he's pretty stacked. But if they do get a shutdown, and of course they've got a Hex, they can try, they've got Entangles and everything, then the game will be so different. Then that gold difference would be so much lower. And it's gonna be something that they're gonna be, they would be aware of that. They are aware of that, that's for sure. Take a look at the level difference just for a sec. We have got level 18 up on 4FC's well, I wanted to say 2 main heroes, but it's actually, I feel like the 2 main heroes should be Krilly and Strangby, but Strangby has not been able to get that much going for himself, at least not level-wise. He is 1 level behind his counterparts carries. And he's now farming on a lane where you only get half the gold that you get from the last hits that compared to what you get in the other lanes where there actually are still barracks standing. It's also not really ideal. Assault Kuras ready up on Krilly. That might be able to make a difference. But we see Empire. And they know that next fight, if it goes bad, things could go south for them real fast. So they have to be prepared, and better yet, this is basically just being safe. They could push in now and they could win a fight, but they need to know for sure. It's not about could. No, you need to know for sure. And may I just remind you that if Empire does not win this game, they will probably not be going to Kiev. There is still a chance they go to Kiev. It's all going to depend on the last match of the season for the online group stages for StarLadder, which is going to be between Mouse Sports and Virtus Pro. The loser of that match will be on par with Empire on points, if they win this match. Which is, of course, something that remains to be seen. Now, also, it also requires Mouse Sports to still win the last match that they have that is not against Virtus Pro, which is actually also today, I think. It's against Rox. And we're gonna see if they can do that as well. As Roshan is gonna be the target. 4FC know this, though. And that could also be an Age separation of the flying and home missile is gonna hit, gonna scout out everybody there. Orb also. Vigo's not jumping into that one. Too risky. Illuminate is just gonna fly through. It's gonna be harassing. In the meantime, the Roshan slowly but steadily going down. And they have the vision for this, though. That ice vortex, that gets a bit of vision. There comes the bear, blinding light trying to help out. Krilly being shut down again a bit. There's that vision. Because you can expect the Queen of Pain to try the same thing again as what she did earlier. Oh, Boomski. It's gotta be Strangby that's already being turned into a pig that can't do anything. BKBs go on. They want to go for Blow Your Brain. And look at that damage. But the Satanic. And he gets himself back up. And he's flat cannoning everybody to death. We already have Strangby going down. But on the side of Empire, it is Goblak that only dropped. Boomski is still dying on the sidelines. But that's not really that big of an issue. It's gonna be the Radiants that get the Aegis as well as the last hit on the Roshan, and now 4FC is on the way out. Krilly is gonna try to TP out. There's not gonna be a Hex that's gonna stop him from doing that. And that should be 4FC in a fairly safe position to continue their turtling, but they're gonna be up now against, I mean, he's already difficult to kill, right? And you just saw, I mean, he took a lot of damage there, even with the BKB on. He took a lot of physical damage, but the moment he turned on his Satanic, he hasn't dropped since, and hello, Divine Rapier. Hello, Divine Rapier. All the gold that he had being spent for that one, and this could be the GG push. He's actually going to show off right now by cleaning out the neutrals. The creeps, that is. Not really neutrals, I guess. No pings yet coming off from 4FC, though. Expect for those to happen the moment that they realize. Probably. And 5 heroes now, sitting on this bottom lane, wanting to take down tier 3 and more. Cold Feet, not going to proc up on Silent. Light and Light, going to be on the bear only, so that he can't take down the Tombstone. There he goes, now the Tombstone is going to be slowly going down, but Bear is also going down slowly. Well, not so slowly actually, it's going fairly fast. There's a heal up on the Tombstone. It's going to cost Bear's entire HP, and in the meantime the barracks go down. That was just a free Rax. And they back themselves off. Gonna be trying to go for something else. The top lane. Where Nose is trying to defend bravely against the creeps that are pushing in. Gonna be taking down the range tracks. Gonna leave the creeps on the bottom lane to do the job there. Flak kinda gonna help out. Torrent still hits. Turning into a piglet. Oh my god, blow your brain. That's the Aegis gone. And that was a quick burst. He's gonna be up again in a second. Here he comes. Turns on his BKB. Turns on his Rocket Barrage. Flak Cannon gets an entangle though. Everybody trying to hide from that Flak Cannon because it's doing so much damage. Cooldown coming down as well. The bear is the one that goes down. The Master's still alive though. And the resummon can be there. There he goes. It is gonna be Shadow Demon that still gets dropped. Yule Scepter up on Scandal as we see a man fight between Eris Loco and Vigos. Vigos wins Sonic Wave over on Scandal. Scandal is gonna be the one to go down. And I think right now this is gonna be, yeah, Blow Your Brain probably has to be walking out of this base and just waiting for the creeps to do their job, because there are mega creeps right now for Empire. But for FC, I mean, you just saw how fast they could burst down that guy, and that was fast. Ooh, Scandal might just have put himself at a bit risk. Nah, he's gonna be fine. Gonna be able to surge himself into safety. But that is mega creeps. I mean, that is all lanes of Rex gone. And for FC, they can't leave their base for a long period of time, unless they make sure like push the lanes out until they're like here. Okay, I can't draw anymore. Until they're like this. You see on the minimap. If you push the lanes out until like there, and just try to go all mid. Try to do it like that. They still have to take a tier 2 though, but and then just go try for a GG push. That might be working out. Depending on if they can shut down Gyro again. And that's all that it's gonna depend on. That Gyrocopter. If he's there to defend his base, 4FC is gonna have a tough time taking him down. But we just saw how fast he could go down if his BKB is not off in time. Because he got hexed. And basically probably there was a very lucky crit from Kunkka still as well. But doesn't matter. If he gets that, that's, you know, it's his build. It's what they're calculating in. And there's the go again. Scandal had someone at the door. I know how annoying that can be in the middle of a match. But yeah, which one of 4FC is gonna defend their base? Boomsky can't really. These creeps? Well, not these just yet, I guess. Maybe these. Yeah, these. So this is still the normal mega creeps. This is the mega creeps. These hit about as hard as... Oh, they actually hit a lot harder than Shadow Demon. Shadow Demon hits for 85. The mega melee creeps hits for 100. The range creep hit for 133. So good luck defending against that if you're a solo Shadow Demon. So you need to defend with all of them. And maybe try to go for... I don't know. Try to go for what exactly is the question. Like put a travel and then all TP or down to the bottom lane. I mean, they don't really have the opening yet. They need to kill off a tier 3 first. It's not gonna be easy. An Empire for now, they can just wait. Like if they are gonna be able to pick off a hero, they'll probably go in. By the way, I haven't Salbert already. If they're gonna be gonna be a butterfly. If they're sorry, I keep interrupting my own train of thought. That's not good. But if they're gonna be just sitting around here, and at some point 4FC is gonna go for that, you know, last all-in push, then if they delay the fight long enough, which is something that they can do, with chasing around with the silence, etc., with the hexes, if they delay the fight long enough, then 4FC is either gonna be or forced back to their base, or the creeps are gonna push in and take away their base. It's that simple. Can you really leave one of these heroes alone now with those creeps? I mean, Eris Loco's not gonna do it. He also doesn't hit for more than the creeps do. It's just so difficult. I mean, look at the HP difference also. We got 1k on the Shadow Demon. We got about 1k on Eris Loco, a bit less. And then the melee creeps. They've got 1270. And the range creep got 1k as well. I mean, this is basically a hero. A support. Yeah, but still. It's very tough. And we see Empire, they're just waiting around. They're not in any rush. They feel like they have this and they don't want to throw it. Of course they still have the rapier. You know, they can still throw it. Throw potential is definitely there. Especially that's especially the reason why 4FC is still in this game. But it's yeah, it's the waiting game. It's a waiting game. 25k is gonna be in gold in favor of Empire real soon, with the experience graph being around, what, 15k? Well, that's just that. And the kill score in this game is not even that ridiculous. It's just like 20 to 14. 15-minute game. It's a pretty long game, and then only 34 kills. I say only. We've seen games with less kills, I guess, but it's a fairly decent score. It means that it was just very even, and it just means that Empire was able to shut down that Kunkka and that Lone Druid enough to get their carry fastest up the graph, fastest up, well, fastest farmed up, I guess, in a way, if you say it like that. And then of course having that teamfight potential without having that big teamfight hero, and with 4FC not really able to counter that just yet because, you know, they can't, because they're not big enough just yet to fight that. Empire was just ready earlier, let's just put it that way. We have smileys being exchanged because, you know, this game is, let's get Mega Creeps. Let's get Mega Creeps, this later up on nose. Yeah. Vigos just setting a smiley, 4FC saying smileys, you know, it's just happy times. 4FC still hoping that they can turn this around, of course. And in theory, like I said, they can. They definitely can. They just need that Divine Rapier. Or maybe build their own Divine Rapier, which could be something, but that's gonna be, Strangby was not farming enough, and that's one of the bigger downsides. Like right now, okay, they're holding on against Mega Creeps, great. And you could say like, okay, they're still farming 3 lanes. But these creeps give only half the gold that they did before. They're doing a tower defense game. When do the bosses come? The 100th wave. Yeah, you know those kind of games where you have constantly waves to take down before the next wave comes, and then at some point bosses come in, you have to take those down too, etc. Tower defenses. It's not only that, I mean there's more different variations from those games. But yeah, it's like I said, that's for them the main difference, that they have only half the gold that they give. And in the meantime, we still have Empire also farming. They're farming the entire map, not just the lanes, no. They're also farming, well, not really their own jungle at this moment, but they're farming the enemy jungle. They're farming Ancients for Blurbrain, and he now has got his butterfly ready. Maybe they're just gonna go for one mid push. It's all that they need, I think. But then again, it's risky, because if 4FC picks up the Gyrocopter, who knows what can happen, right? It's all possible. I mean, it's Dota, come on. We know that everything can happen. It's been proven time and time again. And those are the best games, to be fair. When something unexpected happens. 99th wave now. Bosses should come any time. Heroes Loco is hoping for it. Look at how tanky that illusion is. So annoying. Is there an MKB actually on any one of these? The bear is building one. Good, because they need an MKB, because now that the evasion up on the gyro, he is gonna be nearly unkillable if there's no MKB. And for now there's no MKB, so for now he's safe. Looks like Queen of Pain is actually gonna go for a Crystalist for now. She picked herself up a broadsword and the Blades of Attack, so almost has that one complete. And it's just the defending of the Ancient. Oh my god, what's in the name? What's in the name? Oh, he is gonna wait for another Roshan? Is he only gonna be pushing in when he gets... What's he gonna sell for the Aegis? Maybe even his boots. I wouldn't be too surprised to see that. I mean, all he needs to do is stand still and get his farm up. And I think the rest is kind of needed for the safety that he needs to have. Maybe even the MKB, considering he has the damage from the Divine Rapier. Actually, I hate... Yeah, he sells his boots. I hate sounding biased. But I really want to see the Aegis dropping on the floor, because I have not seen the effect yet in an actual game. Here comes 100th wave. And Blow Your Brain are gonna be the boss. This is the boss that they're gonna have to take down. Here they come. And that's gonna be Strangby, already taking a lot of damage. Vacuum back in and the cooldown. Blow Your Brain still gonna be taking a lot of damage here, but he's still alive. And here he comes, the Satanic. Cleans out Queen of Pain's dominating streak. Really is gonna be on the run. Bear is already going down. Knights and Tangle still helping out. But it's gonna be the throne, the towers that Blow Your Brain wants to go for. Boat doesn't hit.
Middle tower has
It's gonna be BKB also up on Strangby. In the meantime, it's just a throne that is gonna be the one for Blow Your Brain. He is just going for the throne. Come on, people, have an actual fight here. X marks a spot up on Scandal, and that's gonna be still Puck picking up Age Deprivation, but it doesn't matter. The GG well played goes out. They almost got him down. They almost got the next Aegis. Couldn't do it though. Couldn't do it. Anyways, that was game number 1 of the 5 matches that we're gonna see from StarLadder day number 30 today. We're gonna have another game coming right up. It's gonna be Mousesports versus Rocks. Of course, this game was very important for Empire. They have kept their dream alive for Kiev. It kind of depends still on what Mousesports do in the next match and in their match against Virtus Pro. But we'll see that when it comes. First, Mousesports versus Rocks KS. Stick around for more Dota 2 action coming right up.